What's going on, my Fly Happy family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. Man, I had to take a nice little break, but we are back. We're back with the WNBA action, news, all that stuff. All right. First, it's two articles that I want to talk about that I kind of want to bring together in this one. Jackie Young, maybe going to the Indiana Fever? What? And then also a dilemma between should the Indiana Fever prioritize Lexi Hall or Sophie Cunningham? Man, I saw these articles and I was like, what? Yo, we got to talk about this. So we're about to get all the way into it. But before we do that, y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up for your boy. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 34.6. So if you can help me out with that, I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this one. Let's get it. All right, so I want to start with the Jackie Young news first. Basically, this is coming from Sports Illustrated. They said Aces star Jackie Young's Indiana connection could fuel Fever move in free agency. Ooh, Jackie Young. Now, we know how Jackie was looking in the postseason, all right, on some crazy timing. I mean, really looking like a beast out there, the way she was dropping points. The main reason they ended up getting past the Indiana Fever with her 32 points, right, and how she was helping A'ja Wilson. Granted, A'ja Wilson was balling as well, but Jackie Young was a huge piece to them getting past the Indiana Fever. So seeing that this is being rumored is crazy work. Now, two things that kind of stopped me from believing this is basically the Kelsey Mitchell statement from Amber Cox, right? She said, that's our top priority. We're going to go after Kelsey Mitchell. Now, granted, if Kelsey Mitchell decides not to come back to the Indiana Fever, which I highly doubt that happens, then maybe Jackie Young is on the table. But then another thing that pops up on my mind when we're talking about Jackie Young is what she stated in the celebration parade, right? And that's when she ended up saying, we're not done yet, right? She said, we're not done yet. So that's another thing that I'm kind of questioning. I'm like, I don't know if Jackie would want to really leave the Aces. So the Indiana Fever will have many fascinating decisions to make when it comes to free agency this offseason, with essentially every single player who isn't still on a rookie contract, such as Caitlin and Aaliyah, becoming unrestricted free agents in the coming months. The league's landscape is set to drastically change, and given the camaraderie and team culture that Indiana displayed in the face of adversity during the 2025 season, not to mention that Clark and Boston are two young talents that veterans will want to play with, the Fever should be a top destination for many of the league's best players. So we skip down a little bit. They start to try to put two and two together here and basically say Young, who is now a three-time WNBA champion after the Aces swept the Phoenix Mercury in the 2025 WNBA Finals, I'll leave it alone, was fantastic for Las Vegas throughout the postseason. Her second best game against the Fever in the playoffs was when she scored 25 points and tallied 5 rebounds with 4 assists in Gainbridge Fieldhouse Arena during Game 3. Perhaps it shouldn't come as a surprise that Young performed well on a Fever's home court, given that she likely had a lot of family in the arena. Now it comes to this is the reason why they feel like Jackie Young might actually want to go to the Indiana Fever next year. Jackie Young has strong connection in Indiana. Young was born and raised in Princeton, Indiana, which is about a 2-hour drive away from Indianapolis. She also went to college at the University of Notre Dame, which is about 2.5 hours north of Indianapolis. This is to say that the 4-time WNBA All-Star has strong ties to the Fever's home territory, which could compel her to join Indiana as a free agent this offseason. Then again, Young has clearly found a home in Las Vegas, and her comments when speaking during the Aces victory parade on October 17 suggest that she doesn't seem inclined to leave anytime soon. Now, that's what I was talking about, and honestly, you can hear it right here. Let's get into this real quick. I know it might look a little funny. I'll change my scenery. So I'll let y'all hear this one.
I mean, y'all might not think it. Look at her gassing me. I really don't have much to say. Y'all know that. I never do. I just put the work in and let it speak for itself. No, but I appreciate everybody here, my teammates. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to coaches, trainers. Shout out to my dog, Jerica. That's my girl. Got me back. Y'all knew I wasn't myself last year. Obviously went through an injury. Shout out to Jerica, Bryce, Sierra. They got me back to where I'm at. Shout out to Sharp. I appreciate y'all. Just know we not done yet.
Now, going into the next story, I want to talk a little bit about what they were talking about in this article, right? It says, Indiana Fever's dilemma affecting Caitlin Clark. Should they prioritize Lexi Hull over Sophie Cunningham in free agency? My quick answer to this is yes. All right? Yes. Now, granted, Sophie was amazing, right? Amazing. She shot like 46% from the field, 43 from the three. I think her best out of her entire career, right? I think she was amazing. But the biggest thing that's making me say go Lexi before Sophie is, one, she's younger. I always go with youth. And then availability. Lexi was available throughout the entire season. Sophie was not. She was dealing with those injuries, and then she had a season-ending injury, right, on top of the ankle injury. So, yeah, I think at the end of the day, you want to go Lexi over Sophie. Now, granted, I think Sophie still wants to stay in Indiana, so, of course, you keep her, right? If she want to stay, keep her. If there's a way to keep her, you keep her. Like I said, I named my top players who you might want to go back for, and Sophie was one of them. So if there's a choice, though, if there's a real dilemma where they're debating on either Lexi or Sophie, I'm going Lexi. Now, I understand Lexi's offensive consistency isn't really there like that. Although she finished really strong, she had that mean part of the season where she just wasn't shooting that well. I think she went like 7 games where she wasn't really shooting well from the three, at least. It was probably decent from the field, but from the three, yeah, it was like 7 games, man, where she just did not have a good time shooting from the three. Now, granted, Sophie, I think the furthest she got with a bad shooting streak was probably 3 to 4 games. 3 to 4 games, and then she was back hot. And a little bit of both of their inconsistencies at times had to do with what Stephanie White was doing, having them in the game. They're taking 2, 3 good shots, or maybe even 1 good 3, and then they don't shoot a 3 not one more time throughout the entire game. So I think there are some nuances within their streaks, but yeah, that 7-game to 8-game streak Lexi was on, ooh, it was abysmal. All right, it was abysmal work, but nonetheless, I'm going Lexi over Sophie, man. I'm going Lexi over Sophie because we know Lexi's gonna bring us that extra stuff, right? The 50-50 ball wins, giving us extra opportunities. Not saying Sophie didn't do that. Sophie is an energy sparker. All right. Oh, my goodness. Love how she comes in with that energy and gets the team going. She's very provocative, man. Gets that team going. All right. But I think the main thing is availability. If you're not available, then there's no use in you. You feel what I'm saying? You could be the best player ever, but if you can't stay on the court, I have to move on. Now, I didn't get a chance to talk about this. I saw this come up where Sophie Cunningham brought up Angel Reese, and the fan base went ballistic. All right, I'm like, what is going on, man? Let's take a listen to what Sophie had to say.
A huge one I forgot to mention is gluten, which is in every carb pretty much possible. And I know they make like gluten-free stuff, but that shit tastes weird to me. I can still eat chicken. That's good. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be kind of turning into a rabbit. So, I don't know. I guess I'm going to turn into a Victoria's Secret model. Call me Angel Reese. A huge one I forgot.
So people took this as a shot at Angel Reese. And honestly, I'm like, I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Now, I don't know the full clip. I don't know what she was fully talking about here. 681,000 views. And you can see some people saying it here, man. This is so weird. Why even bring her up like that? Jealous, baby. I don't know, man. I think it was just a show of respect, you know? A show of appreciation. Like, hey, I see you, man. I see you, you know? Acknowledgement. He is nowhere on Angel Reese's level. Sorry, this caption is so incorrectly written. You got some people calling him out and taking out of context. She said she's going to turn into a VS model because of those restrictions, which is why she referenced Angel. It wasn't malicious at all. Now, if y'all don't know, Angel Reese was on the Victoria's Secret runway. I believe that's what that was. And she was modeling some lingerie, right? And I think that's all Sophie is saying. Like, hey, I'm gonna be eating right, so my body's gonna be right, and I'm gonna be looking like a model out here. That's how I took it. I don't know why people lost their mind over this, man. It is crazy. I would take this more as a salute to Angel Reese over an insult. I don't think she was coming at Angel by any means. That's just me though, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section. How do y'all feel about Jackie Young maybe coming to Indiana? Do y'all think that is even possible? And who are you picking, Lexi or Sophie, if that dilemma is really real? If they have to pick one or the other, who are you picking? And do y'all think this is an insult to Angel Reese? Let me know in the comment section, man. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.